Alex Hormozi shares maybe the most powerful thing to close more leads if you get on a phone call with people and you close something for more than $500. So if you're an agency owner or if you're a service provider, this is the video for you, because inside the $100 million leads nurture playbook are some of the easiest things to implement into your business tomorrow to start making more money. So I'm going to break down everything for you. And yes, I'm in a robe. What are you going to do about it? It's a Sunday. It's a Sunday evening. So lead nurture is consistent, structured follow-up that converts interest into commitment. So if you run Facebook ads and you sell a widget, this is not for you. If you run Facebook ads and you get people to opt in to some kind of lead form and then you call them, follow them up, email them, this is for you. The fortune isn't in getting the leads. Everybody knows that it's in the follow-up, but yet hardly anybody does the follow-up correctly. They waste their time getting the client, and then they say no, and then they let them go and find somebody else. What you should be doing is saying, are you sure? Are you sure? And following up, right? You're already paid to acquire the client. This is one of the biggest mistakes I see young agency owners do, because they don't want to seem salesy, or they don't want to seem chasing. But that's the game that we're in, all right? So what happens when you nurture a lead? So let's say you've got a 50% schedule rate and you've got 50 appointments, and you take your show-up rate from 50% to 75%, which is a 50% increase in the amount of people that show up, right? So you go from 25 people to 37 people. And so the throughput increases and the amount of revenue dramatically increases. And so I'll share later a couple of small little tricks that will help you get more people to show up to your calls, and it is the most powerful thing that you can do to make more money really fast in your lead generation business where you have a phone call in between. There's also one other thing that you can do, and it's really easy to do, but almost everybody doesn't do it. So most people fail. Most businesses fail because there's just no follow-up system. Everything is manually done. There's no structured CRM. There's no follow-up system. It's just reach out, you get a no, or you get ghosted, and then you move on to the next person. But the money is in the follow-up, guys. And so it needs to be attempt 2, systematic follow-up until they say no. And so like a good rule of thumb is to follow up 10 times until you're told no, respectfully. You do it respectfully. Salespeople always give up too early. And so oftentimes it's the second, third, fourth, fifth attempt that really, even with some of the emails that I send, so I have 4 or 5 emails that go out. The first one gets ignored. The next one goes out, gets ignored. The third one oftentimes is the thing that brings in the customer. And then slow response kills momentum. So I'll talk about this later, but I had a call with a prospect the other day that told me that their leads get contacted after 10 days, which was so scary, because do you know how much money is on the table if your leads are not getting contacted immediately and you're waiting 10 days to contact them? Okay, so let me break it down for you. The 4 pillars of lead nurture. You've got availability. So one of the easiest things that you can do to increase your conversion rates and increase your show-up rates and increase your revenue is just be available more. So everybody thinks that you need to have your calendar blocked off, so you've only got one appointment there and one appointment over here, and it makes you look special and unique, and maybe it makes you look like you're really important, but all it does is it stops them from speaking to you until next week or the week after. And so you should always try to get them, what does Hormozi call it? Same day, next day, or day after, right? So try to move things forwards. If people book 2-3 days out, you can even call them and say, hey, John, see that you've got a call coming up in a couple of days. Really excited to speak with you. Listen, I just had a cancellation in an hour. Would you be available then? And book them in quicker. It's just like such simple things, but no one does it. So much money is on the table for you if this is what you're doing. So the person that wins is the one that's available. Imagine you go to a store and it's closed every day, or you can't get in. It doesn't create scarcity or FOMO unless you're like a Rolex and you've got crazy branding and all the billionaires and millionaires are wearing your stuff. You go to the place that's open now that can solve your problem immediately. And so more days, more hours, more slots equals more shows. It's really simple. The second one is speed. Compress the time from hand raise to first contact to first appointment. So Faster contact increases schedule and show rates and reduces total work. Try and always book same day, next day, or day after, and then pull appointments forward wherever you can. And like actually reach out to them. You're not going to bother them. They're calling you because they have a problem. They want you to solve it. Outbound dial all hand raisers. So people that put their hand up and they say, hey, I'm interested in your thing, call them and respond fast to messages during calendar gaps to keep leads warm. And this should give you an enormous amount of anxiety. You should be calling leads within the first 60 seconds of them opting in. Ideally, it's 0 to 5 minutes, but you have a 90% higher conversion rate if you just call them immediately. So Hormozi shares a famous story where he's got some guy who sits, not in one of his businesses, in one of his portfolio companies, I believe. There's a guy who just sits in a room and his only job all day is to sit in front of a phone and answer it immediately. So whenever it rings, he picks it up. Or when a lead comes in, he contacts them within 60 seconds. And he says that sometimes it's like 3 or 4 people a day. So for 8 hours, he sits there and he just stares at this phone. It doesn't ring, and then it rings. Or there's a lead that comes in, and he picks up the phone and dials them within 60 seconds. And his salary is like $70,000 a year, but he increased the revenue by hundreds of thousands of dollars just by doing that. And so really, if it's after 30 minutes, the lead starts to go dead. And certainly if it's multiple days, it's like almost a waste of time at that point. Pillar number 3 is personalization. So make the interaction feel built for them so they show up, and try to hit every channel. Some people don't like to communicate on Twitter. Some people don't like to communicate on LinkedIn. Some people don't like to communicate on email. Try and hit them from all channels, and wherever they reply, that's where you reply to them. You can even say, hey, just checked out the email, just wanted to make sure you got it, and you DM them on LinkedIn or something. You score leads 1 to 5 or color code them and send top scores to the top reps. Don't give the worst ones to the best people because you think that it's going to be easier for them. It's going to be easier for the worst people to close the best leads. That's completely backwards. Segment, research profiles, and build sequences per segment so every touch is relevant. Figure out what they want, get it for them, tell them they can have it when they show. And try and incentivize them to show up. Things that maybe connect your offer to show real cost, and test some things here. So when you join the call, you're going to get access to our private 3-step script writing template. Show up and we'll build your email strategy for you, blah, blah, blah. And then before the call, you should be sending them some kind of literature, or you should be sending them some kind of video. So what I do now is that I send people the video that's on my website, which you can have a look at here. So this video uncovers my unique mechanism, and it's got a whole bunch of case studies and social proof in there. And so it's really powerful. And so I get people to watch it before I have a call with them. So I'll say to them, hey, do you want to watch this on your own, or should we watch it at the beginning of our next call? And of course they say, I watch it on my own. So pillar number 4 is volume. More smart touches, more responses, more schedules, and more show. So think more, better, new. And always, usually, it's more that's going to get you to your goal. So volume is always going to negate luck. Schedule the volume. Contact them within 5 minutes of opt-in, ideally under 60 seconds. Double dial them if they don't pick up, and then text them after if they don't pick up. And then follow up 2 times a day for 2 days, and then 1 time a day for the next 4 days. And then the reminder volume, so they've booked in a call, so you need to send out something 24 hours before, 12 hours before, 3 hours before. And then the manual reminders need to go out the night before and then 1 hour before. So these are going to be more high touch as opposed to something like this, which looks, like a CRM sent this. And keep it short and real, not fake manual text. Not fake. Don't fake the manual text. Actually send the manual text, right? It doesn't take a lot. And then everyone's favorite acronym is BAMFAM. Book a meeting from a meeting BAMFAM. So never ever leave a meeting. Please, if you remember nothing else about this video, book a meeting from a meeting. It is a cardinal sin to leave a meeting without something set. I will not let people leave a call without booking something in. I'll even say, listen, I couldn't sleep with myself. I couldn't look at myself in the mirror if I didn't at least put something on the calendar. Is that fair enough? We can always move it, but unless it's there, the cat's going to get sick. I'm going to get tied up in things, and then it's going to get pushed out and pushed out and pushed out. Look, we can always cancel it, but let's put it in the calendar. Is that fair enough? All right. So more touches, more trust. More trust equals more shows, and more shows equals more sales. That's the bottom line. And so here is the checklist, the lead nurture checklist. Pillar number 1 is speed. So contact them within 5 minutes. Follow up twice a day for 2 days, once a day for 4 days after. Switch to long-term nurture after a week. Pillar number 2 is volume. So track total touch points per lead. Use auto messages to maintain cadence. Send reminders 24, 12, 3 hours, 1 hour. Always bam fam. Pillar number 3, tone and message. So keep texts and emails short, clear, personal. Never fake manual messages and lead with value. Help, not hard sell. Pillar number 4, proof and education. Share social proof. Include success metrics and screenshots. Use free value to re-engage. Keep proof believable and relevant. And pillar number 5 is systems. Set up systems, centralized contacts, CRMs, Airtables, etc. Monitor show rates, and then you will improve. What gets measured and rewarded improves. Now look, this is a lot of stuff, but this is my bread and butter. So if you are looking at this and this is something that's relevant to you, if you're a consultant, you're an agency owner, or you're a business owner, and you're looking at this and you're like, oh, I wish we could do all this, but it's so complicated, and to bring it all in-house is a pain in the butt. Well, reach out to me and my team. We'll do it all for you. I have a link down below in the description where I show you what it looks like. It's completely free for us to come in and audit everything for you, give you a plan, and you can decide if you want to work with us or not. And we're running a special right now where we work with you for like 50% off the normal rate if you're coming from this video and you mention this video. All right, so that's it for me, guys. Check out this video on the screen and apply to work with me down below, and I'll see you soon.